Hey, good morning everyone, it's Buck up in North Queensland. This is a series of short videos, I promise, and I'll go a little bit further into depth on my new off-grid system here in the shed, okay? I'm not going to go into too technical details, guys, because I'm not a techo person. I'm going to keep it really simple, okay? The first one today I want to talk about, that is really, besides the batteries down here, the 840 amp hours of a lithium battery, probably the other most important thing is the Itechworld 3000 watt inverter. What's that do? It basically takes the 12 volts from my battery, gets the power from there, and it converts it to 240 volts, so you can run 240 volt appliances, okay, in layman's terms. I can run anything that can draw up to 3000 watts, which is a lot, okay? That's a big inverter, everyone. At the moment I am running the air conditioner in the caravan, okay, which requires 15 amps. Now off this inverter here I can run 10 amp appliances like your normal jug light, anything that runs around that you can plug in at your house, okay? But when you go to a caravan park or whatever, caravans and RVs and that run off 15 amps. So this has a 15 amp plug. You can plug a normal extension cord into it, okay, for your 10 amp appliances, an electric kettle, all that type of stuff, anything you plug in at home, your computer and all that. And you can also put a 15 amp plug in there as well. You'll know the 15 amp plugs, guys, the bottom earth one is larger than the two top ones, okay? That's a 15 amp plug. So at the moment I've got the caravan running, the air conditioner in the caravan, the Itechworld 3000 watt Pro Inverter. Comes with, it's fully fused, guys, got an RCD switch, a safety switch and everything all built in, okay? Elvin was telling me yesterday some of the cheaper models don't have that, okay? This one does. It's got all the safety switch and all that type of stuff in there. Before I forget to say, it says so in the manual that it must be earthed. If you've got one of these inverters in your caravan or back canopy of your vehicle, they must be earthed, guys. So make sure, if you don't know how to do that, get onto an electrician and get them to earth it properly. Elvin mentioned earthing it to the chassis of the vehicle or whatever, if it's in your vehicle. I'm here in the shed, this is my off-grid system. It is earthed, and Elvin's earthed it into the earth system for the house, okay? Got a power box up there, and Elvin's an electrician by trade, guys. He's earthed it into that. So it's all safe, so it's safe to use. That there came with, as an optional extra, you can get the remote here, okay? I don't really need that remote. I just switch it on there. There's an on and off switch there. I turn it on. But this thing here, the remote switch there, that's great if you're in a cabin of a vehicle or whatever and you want to remotely turn the inverter on. Okay, you can do that, and that's why it's got a lot of cable, so you can run that down into the cabin of your vehicle or whatever, your caravan, and then you can turn it on remotely. I didn't really need that, but I've hooked it. It just goes into a little plug there. On and off, it tells me I've got power there at the moment. It's got a battery light. It tells me the batteries are just about fully charged at the moment, my 840 amps of battery under there. And it tells me what the load is. It's got 5 lights there, and the first light is solid green. The second one just flashes on every now and then. So that tells me I'm not overloading the inverter, okay? The air conditioner in the caravan is not overloading the inverter. How do I know that? Well, I've got another monitor here, okay, Itechworld monitor, that is hooked up through the shunt, so the shunt will tell me everything I need to know about the batteries. How much is coming in, how much is coming out, all that type of stuff, state of my batteries. And at the moment, that's staying pretty standard. The air conditioner in the caravan's pulling 1054 watts. This thing can go up to 3000 watts, guys, so I'm only using a third of its capacity, roughly, okay? So I'm definitely not overloading that inverter. It can run the air conditioner in my caravan. A lot of you guys out there with caravans, some of the big brands and that, have probably got 3000 watt inverters in there. A lot of caravans also come with 2000 watt inverters. Itechworld sent me the big one, guys, a 3000 watt inverter, and easily runs the aircon on the caravan. I've had it going for about 15 minutes now, and it's pulling 1062 watts, anywhere between 1040 to 1060 watts. Tells me the percentage there, batteries are down to 92%. I'm trying to run them down so that I can test my AC charger and my solar. Solar's not working at the moment because the batteries are fully charged, and as you know, when you've got a solar controller, it says batteries are full, I don't need to pump any power into them. So I'm trying to run the batteries down to do some other experimenting. So the Itechworld 3000 watt inverter had the vacuum, gave the shed a vacuum out before. Instead of plugging it into the 10 amp plug in the shed here, I just started the inverter up, and I'll tell you what, the big workshop vacuum cleaner, it pulls about 1000 watts as well. It pulls almost as much power as what the air conditioner in the caravan does. Normally your big heating and cooling items and that draw a lot of your the higher wattage and that, but I'll tell you what, those big workshop vacuum cleaners, they suck the power as well. Hooked it in, it's got a 10 amp plug on it, straight into the Itechworld inverter there, and I just gave the shed a quick vacuum it out. We had a lot of rubbish and bits of wire and all that type of stuff there from yesterday when Elvin did the installation of my off-grid system here. So anything 10 amp, 15 amp, you can run off this up to a maximum of 3000 watts there, everyone. If you can run an aircon in a caravan, that's mainly why people put these in their RVs and all that type of stuff, is to run the air conditioner. Now in saying that, I've got 840 amps of power here, okay? That's a lot. I've got three 280 amp hour lead time lithium batteries hooked in parallel, giving me 840 amps of power. That is a lot. If you've got a caravan, there's a fair chance you haven't got that much power in your caravan. Some big zone RVs and that may have that much power in their van or their RV. If you have, great. One thing to think about, this air conditioner is now pulling 1075 watts. It may go down a bit soon. It's still trying to get the caravan down to temperature. It may use less wattage once it gets the van down to temp, guys, but that's telling me the batteries are down to 92%, and I've got 9 hours 24 minutes left before the batteries are flat. So yeah, I can power that air conditioner for 9 hours, which gets me through the night. If you are in this, pretend this is in your caravan, that is fantastic that it runs your aircon all night. How are you then going to get 840 amps of power back into those batteries the next day? You're not going to do it by solar, guys, unless you've got a solar farm on the top of your caravan. Maybe if you're driving and you're using a DC to DC charger and you're putting in, but if you've only got, say, a 40 or a 50 amp DC charger, do the maths. How much to get 840 amps in there? You know what I mean? It takes a long time. So the more batteries you've got and the lower you drain them down, the more ways you need to put power in the next day. Okay? Solar's not going to cut the mustard, I don't think, everyone. It will help, and I know a lot of the big vans have got a lot of solar on the roof of their caravans and that, but you need more than solar, I think, especially if you're going to drain your batteries down low. What if the next day it's overcast? You're not going to get 840 amps back into your batteries, guys, so you need another way to do it. This way here, I've got an AC charger there. It's only a 40 amp AC charger. I've got another one under there. I can power the generator up if I've lost power, and I can get 80 amps via AC, 240 volts, going back into my batteries. That one there, I'm getting off track now, aren't I? And the other AC charger. But what I want to get across to you is, it's great having a lot of battery power. You've got to think about how you're going to get the power back into it the next day. So anyway, back onto the inverter, which is what this clip's about, not AC chargers. I've done it again, haven't I? So yeah, down to 1051 now. And this little Itechworld monitor here that runs through the shunt, it just monitors as it goes. So I was 9 hours 26 minutes before. It's now back up to 9 hours 33 because the wattage has dropped slowly. Maybe the caravan's cooling down and the wattage is dropping a little bit, okay? And once it gets down to temp, it doesn't need, it's in that startup mode at the moment. It's running full power to try and cool the caravan down as quick as it can. Once it gets down to temp, it'll drop the wattage down there. But 9.5 hours left, out of these batteries to run the air conditioner in the caravan. So, you know, if we got people over, we got a power outage and someone's sleeping in that caravan, we've got family over, and we use the caravan as a spare bedroom, Roz's grandkids or whatever, we've got no power, at least I know I can use the batteries and the inverter here to power the air conditioner up in the caravan, to at least get the caravan nice and cool before the grandkids go in and go to sleep in it or whatever. So there's a million different uses for this, everyone. I'm going to be doing a cook up soon on my induction stove with a groovy little item I've got. So I'll be going to be not just using this when there's power outages, I'm going to try and use it all the time, experiment with it, use it in the shed here rather than using my main 240 grid system. Because at the end of the day, this is all free, isn't it? And when I charge them up using solar or whatever, or, you know, if I can get the power back into that using solar, it's free energy, which is absolutely fantastic. So the Itechworld 3000 watt inverter, it's pure sine wave, everyone, which means you can run sensitive electronic equipment off it. It's safe to put your computers and all that type of stuff on there as well, okay? If you do get it and you need to activate it remotely, you turn the on switch there, you can then turn it off via the remote up here, but it will stay on standby mode. Pulls about 1 amp an hour, so it's not a lot, but when it's in standby mode, it will still pull about 1.5 amps an hour in standby mode, and then you can just turn it on by the remote there. That's got probably 10 meters of fine cable, so you can run it down through your caravan, the canopy of your vehicle, anything like that. So not only for your home shed, for your home off-grid system, caravans, RVs, all that type of stuff, guys. Itechworld, fantastic company to deal with over there, they really are, and I'll keep reminding you about it. Anything in the Itechworld store, you can get a 5% discount. So whatever price they've got on there, even if they're in their super sales, hit them up with the Mr. Buck 5 discount code, get another 5% off. Hey, it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, isn't it? Anything now where you can get a bit of a discount, take advantage of it. I don't get anything out of it, guys. You guys do for watching this clip. So I'm just putting it out there. This was given to me for free by Itechworld. I've worked with them for years now, Itechworld. They've been very good to me. They've given me a lot of gear, and I've also bought a lot of gear off Itechworld over the years as well. This was given to me, so full disclosure there, and they give me a discount code, so it helps you guys out there. So there you go. This only got installed yesterday by Elvin. I'm testing it out. It's run the vacuum cleaner, that pulls 1,000 watts. It's running the air conditioner in the caravan. I just went around the corner before I turned the camera on and the air conditioner was going. So I'll pop my head in, make sure it's all cooling down. I know it's still going because it's pulling 1,055 watts. It does come with an IEC connector here, so you can run a 240 volt cable with a male connector out the other end if you need that. So it's got the female up there, but you can. It also comes with the male, so you can run it. So you can run a female extension cord into there and use it that way as well. So this is absolutely fantastic for my off-grid system, guys. Works in conjunction. It gets its power from my batteries, which are mounted in under here, 840 amps of battery. It gets its power and it converts the 12 volts through to 240 volts, so I can run 240 volt appliances. So that's good to know when I have a power outage, isn't it? I can still run 240 off this. Got heaps of battery power there. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty impressive to be able to run that air conditioner for 9.5 hours on these batteries. That's good peace of mind. I won't be doing that, but I'm certainly going to run it for a few hours because I do want to run these batteries down so I can do some further testing of the solar controller and the AC charger and all that. So this is all new to me. I'm still experimenting. So there you go, guys. If you need a really good inverter, they've got the smaller inverters as well, probably the 1,000 watt, the 2,000 watt. It comes with a really good instruction book. And the good thing about Itechworld is if you do lose your instruction book, you can go on their website, look up the item that you're inquiring about, and there's a downloadable instruction manual as well. Very well written, very easy to understand. And the good thing about Itechworld, guys, is they've got a normal, I think it's a 1300 and 1800 number. I'll put it on the screen there. When you ring up, it'll go, do you want a sales or do you want technical help? If you've got a problem, ring up Itechworld. and Aussie answers the phone and speaks with you and helps you out. How good is that? To be able to ring up a company, get an Aussie on the end of the phone that's willing to help you and will go out of their way to help you get your item back on track, guys. And if they've got a problem that's still under warranty, Itechworld will look after you, okay? So to Jordan and the crew over there in Itechworld, keep up the good work, everyone. Do a fantastic job. It's a great company. They've got some good gear there, guys. They've got some really good gear. Anything to do with your camper trailer, your caravan. They've got complete off-grid systems like this, your solar, your inverters, your AC chargers. If you want to do something similar to me and have an off-grid system in your shed or in your house, Itechworld can help you out. So get on their website and have a look, itechworld.com.au. So there you go, guys. There's my 3000 watt inverter. As I said, it's got the safety switch in there. If something unsafe happens, it will trip and stop the power like you should have in your house. Every house should have a safety switch there. If someone's kid sticks a screwdriver in the power point or whatever, it'll trip so no one gets electrocuted. That's what all this is about. Make sure you earth it correctly, depending on where it is. This is earthed into the box there, the fuse box and everything by Elvin yesterday. So I think that's about all I want to say. If you are wondering, everyone, heavy duty cable, the inverter came with the heavy duty cables, so you don't have to get the cables made up, okay? That comes with the heavy duty cables with a large, I think it's a 450 amp fuse, that one, so plenty big enough for this inverter. So the positive cable is already fused up, ready to go, ready to hook in, and we've got the negative cable running into the bus bar, okay? And we got some other cables made up, thick cables, the same as that, running from the batteries up into the negatives going to the shunt, and the positives going to the isolator switch there. But the inverter already comes with your big heavy duty cables, and the positives already fused up for you guys, so you don't have to go and get your auto elect to make all that type of stuff. It's ready to go. So there you go, the Itechworld 3000 Pro inverter, running my caravan air conditioner, runs the big workshop vacuum. I could put off there, I could put a 4-way power board down and run multiple items, multiple 10 amp items. You run your coffee machine off it if you love taking your coffee machine out camping, all that type of stuff. You can run just about anything off this, anything that takes more than 3000 watts. I can't think of anything at the moment off the top of my head, but that's a large inverter. You may not need one that large, guys. Work out what equipment you're going to take or what equipment you need to run. Look at the back of it, see what their current draw is, and if it's over 2000 watts, then you go to the 3000 watt inverter, which is what I've done here. So I'm pretty happy that I can run the caravan air conditioner for another 9 hours 13 minutes. Right guys, take care. Got any questions, pop them down there, get on the website, have a look. They've got a lot of good gear, haven't they? So if I don't know the answer to your question, I'll get on to Jordan at Itechworld, guys. I'll find out for you and I'll let you know. But you can get on and download that book, get onto Itechworld's website. You can go to the inverter, whatever size you want. You can download that exact manual. So if you've got any questions, you can read through it on your computer and you'll go, yes, it does do that. That's exactly what I needed. So you can do your research before you go and purchase the item, okay? Be good, look after each other. We'll catch you again soon, eh? We're going to be talking about the solar controller, the AC charger and all that type of stuff. This one was just a quick one about the inverter. I know now that, and this was the main reason I've got this 15 amp lead here, everyone, that's plugged into the caravan at the moment. If I lose power, I just take it, I run it straight into the back of my house there. I've got a generator, 15 amp generator switch installed in there, which was installed by a 240 volt Sparky, an electrician. So if I lose power to the house, I can crank the inverter up, run the 15 amp lead straight from the inverter straight into the generator switch, and I can power all the fridges, freezers, ceiling fans, lights, all that type of stuff in my house. And I know it can run an air conditioner in the caravan, so if we've got no power, I can turn a box aircon on in the bedroom for an hour and at least cool the bedroom down in summer before we go to bed, and then I know I can still run the ceiling fan and that. so we can at least get some sleep during the night if we lose power after a cyclone. That was the whole reason I'm doing this, is in case we get a big cyclone this year and we lose power for a couple of weeks, which has happened a couple of times. So 15 amp lead straight from there into the generator switch, and I power the whole house, shed, everything. And I know it will power the house. If I'm not using air conditioners and the stove, I can power that house for a long time. Going to do more experimenting. Stay tuned for that. Catch you later, eh?